Let's continue our chemistry class with water chapter. In today's class, we will discuss about hard water and soft water. What is soft water? Sometimes you have observed that when soap solution is added to the water, then it forms lather. But sometimes when this soap solution is added to the water, it won't form lather. Instead of that, it forms sticky scum. So the water which form lather easily with the soap, that one is known as the soft water. And water which does not freely lather with soap solution, instead forms sticky scum, that one is known as the hard water. Water obtained from the rain, that is the rainwater, distilled water, that is soft water, because they freely lather with these type of water freely lather with soap solution. But the water obtained from the spring, that is the spring water, river water, they are generally hard water, because this type of water, the water obtained from the spring or the river water, does not freely lather with the soap, and instead of that forms sticky scum, that one is known as the hard water. Now we will discuss what is the reason behind, what is the cause of hardness of the water. Some of the salts present within the water are responsible for hardness of the water, like calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate. When these salts are present in the water, when these salts are in the soluble state within the water, then that creates problem with the formation of lather with the soap solution. And presence of these salts within the water give hardness to the water. Here hardness means not when you will touch and feel hard. Hardness means which will not form lather with the soap solution. That type of water is known as the hard water. Now how these minerals are added to the water? The calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, that is calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, or calcium chloride, magnesium chloride. How these salts are added to the water? Now there are actually two different hard water is categorized into two categories, classified into two categories. One is the temporary hard water, another is the permanent hard water. Temporary hard water and another one is the permanent hard water. Permanent hard water. Temporary hardness is due to the presence of bicarbonate of calcium and magnesium, that is calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. Calcium bicarbonate CaSCO3 whole twice and magnesium bicarbonate. Due to the presence of these salts, the temporary hardness is there in the water. And permanent hardness is due to the presence of calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride. So due to the presence of calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, the water is permanently hard. Now which type of water we call temporary hard water? Whatever the hardness is present, this hardness is present due to these salts. If these salts are converted into the insoluble state just by boiling, or you can say that the hardness of the water can be removed by boiling, then that type of water is known as the temporary hard water. But if the hardness of the water cannot be removed simply by boiling, but instead of that by addition of some chemical like by the addition of washing soda, that is sodium carbonate, then that type of water is known as the permanent hard water. So if the hardness of the water is removed by simple method, that is by boiling, then that type of water is known as the temporary hard water. And if the hardness is removed by the addition of washing soda, then that type of water is known as the permanent hard water. Or you can say that hardness cannot be removed by boiling, then that type of hard water is known as the permanent hard water. Now, how these minerals are added to the water, that is the calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, or calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride, or magnesium chloride. These are added to the water. Actually, calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate, how they are added? Rainwater contains some amount of carbon dioxide. So, the carbon dioxide present in the water, when react with the calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate present in the water, MgCO3, carbon dioxide or water. So rainwater containing carbon dioxide, when react with the calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate, then these insoluble particles converted into calcium bicarbonate or magnesium bicarbonate, and which are soluble in water. Calcium carbonate, which is insoluble, magnesium carbonate, which is insoluble, but when they react with the carbon dioxide present in the water, then converted into calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate respectively, and both of them are soluble in water. So they dissolve in water and give hardness, temporary hardness to the water. And permanent hardness, when this calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, or this calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, or calcium chloride, when these minerals dissolve in the water along with the rainwater, then they create permanent hardness to the water. Now, how these chemicals can be removed, means this calcium bicarbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, I said to you by boiling. Actually, when the temporary hard water is heated or boiled, at that time the calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate, which are soluble, converted into insoluble precipitate, that is of calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. Now when they are filtered out, then they can be removed. So calcium bicarbonate, which is responsible for the temporary hardness of water, when the water is boiled, then this calcium bicarbonate converted to calcium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. Now this is what? This is insoluble. And when this water is heated, at that time even this magnesium bicarbonate converted into magnesium carbonate, MgCO3, plus carbon dioxide plus water. That is also insoluble. So this insoluble precipitate can be removed out from the water by filtration. Now whatever the water is obtained, that is the soft water. Now how this calcium sulfate or calcium chloride is removed from the hard water, that is permanent hard water. So they can be removed by treating the water with washing soda. What is washing soda? Na2CO3. Okay. So this calcium sulfate is treated with this Na2CO3 or calcium chloride. When it is treated with Na2CO3, that is washing soda, then actually this react with this form again calcium carbonate, insoluble precipitate, calcium carbonate and sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. And if calcium chloride is there, then it also converted to calcium carbonate plus sodium chloride. Now if instead of calcium sulfate, if magnesium sulfate is there, then it will be converted to magnesium carbonate. If magnesium chloride is there, then also it will be converted to magnesium carbonate. So magnesium sulfate, MgSO4 plus Na2CO3, it will give precipitate of MgCO3 plus Na2SO4, and this magnesium chloride MgCl2, when treated with sodium carbonate, it will give MgCO3 insoluble precipitate plus Na2SO. So these insoluble precipitate can be removed out from the water by filtration. Now whatever the water is obtained, that is the soft water, and that can easily lather with the soap. Now next we will discuss about the advantage and disadvantage of hard water. Advantage and disadvantages of hard water. What are the disadvantages of hard water? Actually, within the water, advantage of hard water. We know that hard water contains so many salts, calcium salt, magnesium salt. So these salts, first thing that they provide taste to the water, and second is that presence of these salts help in the growth of bone and teeth. Calcium, magnesium are essential for the growth of bone and teeth. Then along with that, it checks the lead poisoning of water. The hardness present in the water, the minerals which are responsible for hardness of the water, check means prevent lead poisoning of the water. Now next is, what are the disadvantages of hard water? Disadvantages of hard water is that, first thing is that since too much salts are present, then it is unfit for drinking. Too much salts are present, then it is unfit for drinking because it will upset the stomach. Second thing is that if too much salts are present, then it is not good for washing clothes, washing purpose, and not for the laundry purpose. Third is that it is unfit for raising steam in the boiler, because when hard water is there, then it will form hard crust within the boiler, within the pipe of the boiler, and that is why wastage of heat is there. And sometimes what will happen, when crack is created within these crust, then suddenly the steam will run into those cracks, and the chances that the boiler can burst. So chance of explosion is there at that time. So it is even not good for dyeing purpose, dyeing the clothes, all these things. So these are the few disadvantages of hard water. So this is all about soft water and hard water. So we have discussed within the soft water and hard water that what is soft water, what is hard water, what is the reason behind the formation of soft water and hard water, which salts are responsible for temporary hardness of the water and permanent hardness of the water, and how these how hardness of water can be removed, methods by which the hardness of the water can be removed. We have discussed just boiling and by the use of washing soda. Then we have discussed what are the advantages and disadvantages of the hard water. So